Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the mysteries of big business. And today we're diving into the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation's latest report, which might just reveal a few more secrets about how they're performing behind the scenes. Now, this isn't a super long or complex filing, it is an 8K report. Think of an 8K as a way for companies to report major events that shareholders should know about right away. And in this case, the big news is all about their financial results. It seems BNY Mellon, as they're commonly known, has just released their earnings for the fourth quarter ending the 31st of December of last year, 2025. So what are we seeing in these results? Well, the company is telling us about their performance. They've put out an earnings release and a financial supplement, which basically are detailed reports on how they did money. Whereas this is the core of what we want to understand. How is the bank actually doing? Are they making more money, less money? Is their financial health solid or shaky? Beyond just releasing the numbers, BNY Mellon is also planning to host a conference call. This is where they'll talk more about these financial results and what they expect in the future. They'll also be presenting some slides, which often give us a nice visual summary of the key points they want to highlight. Now, when companies release these reports and presentations, they often put them in as exhibits with their official filings. So we're looking at Exhibit 99.1, which is their earnings release, and Exhibit 99.2, the financial supplement. These are the documents where all the juicy financial details live. It is worth noting that sometimes parts of these documents are marked as not filed in a legal sense. This is usually boilerplate language to manage legal risk. What is important for us is the information that is considered filed, which is the bulk of the financial reporting. The financial supplement, Exhibit 99.2, is usually where you'll find the nitty-gritty tables of numbers. This is where we can really dig in. While this particular 8K doesn't contain the full financial tables within the document itself, it points to these exhibits and we understand what is in them. If we were to look at these supplements from BNY Mellon in the past, we'd typically see breakdowns of their revenue sources, expenses, profits, assets, and liabilities. For instance, we'd be looking for trends in their net interest income, which is the difference between what they earn on loans and what they pay on deposits. We'd also be scrutinizing their fee income from services like investment management and custody. And then there is Exhibit 99.3, the quarterly update presentation. These presentations are often designed to tell a story with the numbers using charts and graphs to make key performance indicators easier to grasp. They usually hit the highlights management wants to emphasize. Finally, the report is signed off by Jean Wang, who holds the title of Secretary for the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. This just shows the official internal approval of the report. Now, let's put on our Warren Buffett hats and think about what this financial report from BNY Mellon is really telling us. While this specific 8K filing doesn't display the detailed financial tables directly, it references the documents that do. In a typical BNY Mellon filing of this nature, we'd be looking for their core banking businesses, things like asset custody and servicing, investment management, and banking and brokerage services. For a company like BNY Mellon, their strength often lies in the sheer volume of assets they manage and service. A key metric to watch would be their assets under custody and administration. If this number is growing, it suggests they are winning more business and holding on to existing client relationships, which translates to stable, recurring revenue. Another critical area is their assets under management. Growth here indicates success in their investment strategies and their ability to attract capital. We'd also want to see how their revenue streams are performing are fee-based revenues, which are generally more stable and less sensitive to interest rate fluctuations than net interest income, showing consistent growth for BNY Mellon. These fees make up a significant portion of their earnings, so a strong performance here is a real positive conversely. We'd be looking at their efficiency ratio. This ratio, typically expenses divided by revenue, tells us how effectively the company is operating. A lower efficiency ratio is better, meaning they are spending less to generate each dollar of revenue. If we saw a trend of the efficiency ratio increasing, it might signal rising costs or a slowdown in revenue growth, which could be a concern. It is also crucial to consider the broader economic environment. In 2025, as we've seen, interest rates have been a significant factor. For banks, higher interest rates can boost net interest margins, but they can also slow down deal making and impact investment volumes. We need to see how BNY Mellon has navigated this environment. Have they managed their balance sheet effectively to capitalize on higher rates without taking on excessive risk? Looking at the structure of this report, its purpose is to inform about the release of financial results. The real story, the deeper dive into financials, would be in those referenced exhibits. However, The fact that they are releasing these results and holding a conference call tells us they are operating under the usual reporting cycles and are transparent about their performance. The lack of any other major item in this 8K suggests no significant unexpected events occurred. So, what does this all add up to for BNY Mellon? Based on typical performance indicators for a company of this stature, maintaining strong assets under custody and administration is a sign of stability and trust. Consistent growth in fee-based revenues would point to a resilient business model. The management's commentary in the presentation and conference call would be key to understanding their strategy for navigating market conditions and any potential risks or opportunities they foresee. Without the actual numbers from the exhibits, it is hard to give a definitive judgment, but this report signals a standard operational update. What is your take on BNY Mellon's financial strategy and how they might be performing based on these types of announcements? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown was helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.